Why are you right-handed or left-handed? Learn English. Have you ever wondered why you use one hand more than the other? Maybe you always write with your right hand. Maybe you use your left hand to eat, write, or throw a ball. But why does this happen? Most people are right-handed, while a much smaller group of people are left-handed. But being right-handed or left-handed is not simply a habit. It is connected to the way our brains develop. To understand this, we first need to look at the brain. The human brain has two main halves, called hemispheres. The left hemisphere controls many functions on the right side of the body, while the right hemisphere controls many functions on the left side. However, both sides of the brain work together all the time. When you move your right hand, for example, your brain sends signals to the muscles on the right side of your body through the nervous system. Scientists believe that handedness develops from a combination of different factors. Genetics plays a role, but it is not the only factor. Children who have a left-handed parent may have a higher chance of being left-handed, but there is no simple, left-handed gene. Many different genes may contribute to handedness, together with other factors during development. The environment may also have some influence. Hand preference usually becomes clearer during childhood. Young children may use both hands at first. As they grow, they often begin to prefer one hand for activities such as writing, drawing, eating, or throwing. By the time children reach school age, their hand preference is usually much clearer. So why are most people right-handed? Scientists still do not have a complete answer. One possibility is that using the same hand as most other people may have helped humans cooperate and communicate more easily throughout history. For example, people could learn skills from each other using similar movements. Another idea is related to the organization of the brain. In many people, the left side of the brain is strongly involved in language. Because the brain controls the opposite side of the body, this may be connected in some way to the preference for using the right hand. But this does not mean that every right-handed person has exactly the same brain organization. And what about left-handed people? Left-handedness is completely normal. Left-handed people are not less intelligent, less healthy, or less capable because they use their left hand. In fact, left-handed people can be found in every profession and every part of society. Some famous artists, musicians, athletes, scientists, and leaders have been left-handed. However, there is one interesting difference in everyday life. Our world is mostly designed for right-handed people. Scissors, desks, notebooks, computer mice, kitchen tools, and many other objects are often designed with right-handed users in mind. Because of this, left-handed people sometimes have to adapt to tools that were not designed for them. Fortunately, more products are now available for both left-handed and right-handed people. Another interesting question is whether people can change their dominant hand. In some situations, a person may learn to use the other hand. For example, someone might practice writing with their non-dominant hand. However, becoming skilled with the other hand does not necessarily change a person's natural hand preference. The brain is very adaptable, so people can improve their abilities with practice. Scientists are still studying handedness because it can tell us interesting things about brain development. Researchers study children, twins, families, and brain activity to understand why some people become right-handed while others become left-handed. They have discovered that handedness is much more complicated than simply choosing which hand feels comfortable. It is a combination of biology, brain development, genetics, and possibly environmental factors. So, the next time you pick up a pen, open a door, or throw a ball, think about your dominant hand. That simple movement is connected to the development of your brain and nervous system. Whether you are right-handed or left-handed, there is nothing wrong with either one. Your hands may look similar, but the way your brain controls them is part of what makes you unique. And perhaps the most interesting thing is this. We still do not completely understand why one person becomes right-handed and another becomes left-handed. The human brain still has many mysteries to reveal. The end.